Hey, Krista.
Hey, girl.
Hey,
A little different.
welcome. I know. Welcome to News and Views.
Yeah. Let's tell the people what we're talking about. We just wanted to check in and just like catch up with everybody and catch up with each other and what's been going on. Just like a little freestyle.
Because so much happens in a week.
Absolutely. And I think we've used up enough memory on our phones with our voice notes back and forth that we might as well just put it out into the ether, right?
Exactly. So where should we start?
Do you have anything that you're dying to talk about?
Sure. Let's chat about the Mean Girls musical
Okay.
because that recently came out.
I assume it did.
Yeah, it did. Will you be seeing the movie?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think I didn't realize until recently that it was a musical. I just thought it was a reboot, whatever. And then when I found out it was a musical, I'm like, okay. But I thought it already was a musical, but maybe it's just like Legally Blonde was a musical. Like, wasn't something already a musical?
From Mean Girls?
Yeah, I felt like it was already something. I mean, maybe I'm mixing it up.
They just have that like one iconic song where they do the dance on the stage in the little like slutty like Santa Claus outfit. That's like the one number I guess that they sing, I think.
Yeah, I just thought that it was already a musical on Broadway is what I'm saying.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It is. I think it is. Or
Right,
what?
okay. So what are we doing? Like, we're just trying to... Tina Fey has no new ideas. I love her, by the way. Read her
Me
book,
too,
Boxy Pants. Definitely should read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I love her too. Yeah, I guess she just came out with like a 2024 reboot of Mean Girls, the musical, with different actors and actresses. But I think some have returned. Like, I think Lindsay Lohan made an appearance as the spoiler, the like nerd coach. What's it? What like the mathletes coach?
Oh, okay. Well, you're spoiling it for me, so I'm not going to...
Why I said spoiler.
Yeah. For the audience.
Oh, well, for both. And I'm sure Tina Fey's in it somewhere.
Okay.
And I think a few other people are in it as well, like from the previous movie. So,
I'm not a big fan of reboots, so I think I'm going to pass on it. Especially because this is technically already been rebooted. Like, it was rebooted as a musical. Now they're like, no, let's make the musical for the theater with like new cast.
Yeah.
Like, so like the new generation, I feel like they should go and see it. But just like I already lived at the 90s, so I don't want to do that same fashion again. Like, I don't want to like watch reboots of movies that I've already seen.
Valid. I think they're bringing like Gen Z's like trends into this movie too, to make it more like appealing for the younger generation. So that makes sense that you don't want to see it.
Yeah, and it's like, isn't it your millennial parent going to pay for the ticket anyway? Like,
probably.
No disrespect, but
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like it's doing well in the box office. So
of course,
good job for Tina Fey.
Yeah, because people want to see it, and those that like saw it the first time want to see what it's like, and they're sharing it with their children, I imagine, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I heard there was backlash with like the main star who plays Rachel McAdams' character. Yeah, that she like needs PR training because she's very off the cuff, I guess, and I think maybe she has like a dry sense of humor. So people are like, "What is this girl's problem?"
Oh, and like the new movie,
like in her interviews, I'm talking about, like in the press.
Oh,
press interviews.
Oh, well, she'll learn fast.
Or people just need to like get a personality and a sense of humor, maybe.
Yeah, that's valid too.
Yeah. But I haven't seen an interview because, again, I've not been interested.
Yeah. What's happened in your life or in the news that you want to chat about?
Well, I've been sick this week, so I've been loving that for me.
Like, who isn't sick right now? Like, not me. Like, shocking. But that sucks.
Yeah, so I'm not full blown sick, but I've been like sneezing in the office and kind of stifling it so people don't give me weird looks. Definitely congested. Like walking to and from work, I'm like like a mouth breather.
So wait, are you the type of person that if you're sick, you either stay home or option B, you go into the office, or option C, you go into the office because you have to go into the office, or option D, you go into the office but like try to stay away from people and like maybe wear a mask if you're into that. Like, what do you do?
I definitely don't wear a mask now if I'm sick and I go into the office because I can't breathe that way. And then if your nose is already running, like it's just you creating like a sauna for your face. I don't do that. This is new for me because I've been working remote for a really long time, so it didn't matter if I was sick because I was working remote. Now there's a sense of compulsion for people to go into the office no matter what. So I've been going into the office. I'm not bad enough that I feel like, oh gosh, I'm dragging my feet to go to the office. But if I was in that situation where I was that bad, I would go to the office to show people that I'm sick and then leave.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. It depends on the company nowadays, like how intense they are with their policies or not. So that makes sense. It just sucks. Like you feel crappy. It's freezing outside. You have to go into the office. It's just a combination of, it's a crap storm, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's been like the worst temperatures this past week or like this past 2 weeks. So I guess I could be more careful and maybe like Uber to work, but it's not far enough for me to justify that Uber ride. So yeah. I'm stomping along for the 20 minutes. Have to be fully clothed from head to toe. So my jacket, hood over my head, jacket goes all the way down to my ankles.
Oh my gosh.
And then I have like my scarf that also has like a hood on it. So then it's like a scarf like around my head, around my face, and then I'm bundled. So I actually don't feel cold when I am walking because of that, except like I have to breathe through my mouth, right? So I'm like sucking in this Arctic air.
Yeah.
As I trudge along. Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that if people recognize you on the street, they won't recognize you because you're so bundled up, and they can only see like your eyes and like maybe your mouth, and like that's it. So that's a positive.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be stopped by someone on the side of the street saying, "Hey, Krista." You're like, no. Not into this.
No, save it for the other months where people literally have to walk up to my face and stop me because I recognize nobody when I'm walking around outside.
Oh, that's funny. But, yeah, like this. Well, we can't really complain because winter like just started here in Toronto like 2 weeks ago, but it still sucks.
It's still challenging because it's always for me like I forget what winter is like, and I'd already accepted that there was no winter, no white Christmas, and now it's like when the snow happens, I don't care. Maybe I'm an idiot. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Why is it snowing? I'm in denial. Every year I think that we've just stopped that. I thought we just stopped winter. We stopped summer years ago. I thought we'd stop winter.
I just forget how cold it gets.
Yeah.
I understand, like, we're not as cold as other parts in Canada, but, like, it's still damn cold.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I don't live in other parts of Canada either. Like, I wouldn't live in, like, Calgary, Alberta, where it's, like, minus 40.
40. I don't even understand that.
It's ridiculous. And for the American listeners, like, to do the conversion, their freezing temperature is 32, and our freezing is 0. So for it to be minus 40 is really fucking cold.
Yeah. And you know what's like super fun? I say that super sarcastically, is when you're trying to bundle kids up in your house to go outside, and then they have to then get to the car to then pretty well almost freaking undress them so you can get into the car seat so it's a safe car seat ride. because like you can't have a winter jacket on in your car seat because it's too bulgy and blah, blah, blah. So it's like I bundle the kids up in the house and then we run to the car. And then once we get in the car, start the car. So it like, so the snow gets off the car and, the ice gets off the car. And then I start the process of bundling them in. But as soon as I put them in their seat, I have to unzip. I have to like really take out their jacket all the way back, like do it up. Like it's such a pain. It is. I hate every morning. I'm like, I hate this. I hate this so much.
I have no recollection of this being an issue when my nephews were growing up. I'd have to like corroborate with my sister. I'm like, I just remember just like bundling up with the jackets and stuff and on the way to daycare. Not that I did a lot of that dropping off, but
car seat safety has become like
super.
Yeah, like super intense. Like obviously, because like I remember, I think my grandma like held the baby like in her lap back in the day, right? Like there was no real car seat, right? But now it's a whole thing. But I just find it really hard in the winter with a young baby and a kid. It's just like, so challenging, so challenging. Okay, I have a question for you. Since we're talking about like cold weather,
yeah,
are you the type of person who, if there's snow on your car or ice, do you start your car and then jump into your car and sit and wait? Or do you start your car and then get like your shovel and your thing to like get the snow off and get chip at the ice and then, be on your way? So which one are you?
It's been a long time since I've had to do that. So it really depends on how cold it is. If it's not too cold, if it's just like not in the minuses, I'll sit in my car and let it wait and let the heat kind of like do a lot of the work for me.
Yes.
But if it's stinking cold, you'll be there forever before the car warms up enough for it to do that work for you. So I just start the car. Hopefully it does start. And then begin the scraping and the brushing of the snow. Scraping the ice and brushing the snow.
Yeah. It's awful. It's truly awful. That's funny that you say that because I'm literally the opposite. I will wait in my car and I will use all of the windshield wiper fluid. Like I will do that. And if it's really bad, then I'll be like, oh, it's fine. Get out of my car and start chipping at it. But no, I will wait. I will wait in my car.
How long will you wait for? Then that's like 20, 30 minutes.
But then again, like if I'm in a rush, I'm not doing that. But if I have a little bit of time, I'll wait like 5 minutes and I'll get that windshield wiper. Let's go. Let's get all the stuff. Come on, let's get going. I don't want to get out of the car again, but I will choose that route 100% over the other route.
Yeah. I mean, again, it depends. Like if it's minus weather, like your windshield wiper isn't going to do anything for you.
I know, but I still try.
Huh. Okay. Well, we all have our levels of efficiency, I guess. And again, I haven't done it in a long time, so maybe the methods have changed.
Well, you know what? By the time I get to the car with both the kids and then strap them in, it's literally probably 10 minutes later. I'm tired. I need a break. I just need to sit there for like 3 minutes just to like catch my breath, get a little warm, and then I'll decide my next move.
That makes sense. Would you invest in a remote car starter then? It seems like that would be beneficial for you.
I know. I've thought about it every year. Maybe in a few years I'll get it.
I mean, at that point, it'll be a robot that can start your car. Like it's been around for like 20 plus years.
I know. I think about it often, especially in the winter.
I dated a guy a few years ago, or I don't even want to call it dating nowadays because it's so, the dating world is so weird, but because he's an idiot. He had a BMW. I forget what kind of BMW it was. It wasn't like a regular 3 Series or whatever. Like it was an uncommon type of BMW, and it was winter. I need to drive his kids to school, and he started the car and he left it with the doors unlocked and just went in for a second, and his car got stolen.
Yeah,
shocking. And he lived in Brampton, so I mean, like,
yeah,
the number one city to get your car stolen.
Yeah, but that's what happens though. If people don't have remote start, they'll go out start their car, go back in their house where it's warm, and then wait.
I've never done that. And I was driving like a Honda Civic, like never.
No,
People steal anything.
I've never done that either. Yeah, truly. Did you hear about Kate Middleton having abdominal surgery and being in the hospital?
I did.
She's going to be in the hospital for a 2-week stay.
Oh, I didn't know it was 2 weeks. I know that her and King Charles are kind of going in at the same time. I think he has an enlarged prostate.
Yeah.
And then she won't be able to return to her duties until like April or May or something, they said.
Yeah. So people online are saying that they're acting like it's not a big deal, but for her to have a 2-week hospital stay after seems like it's like quite serious.
Right.
Like whatever she had was like a quite serious surgery.
Right. It is weird that she wouldn't start her duties right away. At first I thought maybe she just was getting like it was some kind of a hernia that they had to fix. But
yeah, I feel like it's something else, something more serious.
Yeah.
But glad it went well and glad she's okay.
For sure. Have you heard about Kanye West's new teeth?
What?
He got permanent dentures that are titanium. I mean, it'd be good if we could put a picture up on the screen. I guess I could share my screen.
It's okay. I'll put a picture later.
Yeah. So they're made of titanium and I don't know, white gold and diamonds, but it just looks like a sheet across his upper and lower teeth.
Like one whole sheet.
Yeah, like it was like it looks like something that you did in like shop class. Like I'm just like, this isn't impressive at all. And then he has the incisors that are little pointy things, and it's just like, I'm pretty sure there's ridges in her teeth like that for like a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, they cost like almost $800,000. I'm pretty sure, or $850,000.
Like, someone has too much money when they spend it on this shit.
It's just like, I mean, this is not quite the same, but I did in my predictions for 2024 say that Kanye would have like an epic breakdown. This isn't quite count yet as an epic breakdown, but he has been going on rants lately. I just feel like it's unraveling.
Yeah, it's boiling.
Yeah, it's bubbling, right? Like people are just saying that he's actually very tuned in and everybody else is kind of in denial, but I'm like, I can't get behind the sheet metal teeth, my friend. Like, regardless of how much they cost, they don't look like that.
No.
It doesn't look like some kind of like whatever name brand like watch is in your mouth. Like, it looks like nonsense that you made or that North made for you to put in your mouth.
Yikes. Well, good luck with that, Kanye. I hope you have such a great time eating. Because that would just like being in your mouth would just feel weird.
And it's permanent. It's permanent.
What the heck?
Like, I mean, it's not for me to understand, and he's too rich for me to understand, but I don't get that. I don't get his marriage. I don't get why he has this girl walking around naked all the time and then bragging about it on Instagram when he was married to Kim. All he told her about is like to cover up because it was his wife, and now this girl's just like vagina out, and he's like, that's my girl.
Real.
Greatest stepmom to our kids. Our kids. Those kids are not hers. Like,
no.
I can't.
No, I can't. If I was Kim, I would be pissed.
Yeah, well, she's too busy making money while he lives in an apartment, just doing fuckery.
No, did they actually live in an apartment?
That's what they talked about in one of the Kardashian episodes. North was saying, his apartment's so cool, it's so much better than being here, and blah, 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 blah.
Okay. I'm sure it's a nice apartment.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's fun to pretend to be middle class. I'm sure it's fun to pretend.
Yeah. Jeez. Have you heard about the 9-month cruise?
The one that's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it boarded around like Christmas time, right?
Yeah. Can you imagine? Would you go on a 9-month cruise?
I suffer from intense motion sickness, so the idea of even going on a cruise is not a possibility for me. But if it was like a 9-month trip of some sort, like being around the world for 9 months, staying in the same small space, I don't know. I could do it for a bit, but I know that eventually I'd be like, get me out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be interesting because just on TikTok, like you can follow everyone's journey, and there's been some drama around it, and there's
Really?
different tiers of where you are in the cruise, and
Yeah.
and all the things. So it would be interesting, but I think a lot of shit would have come out of it. A lot of drama, a lot of shit.
There are some retirees that do that. They don't do I guess now this is a new thing as a spin-off for all of the maybe retirees that do it, that they book back-to-back cruises because it's cheaper than just like renting or living somewhere.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's insane.
It's beyond insane. And it's like, so where do you get medical? Like, do you just have like travel insurance that can airlift you out if needed, I guess? Like, those are the kind of
360 days around the year. Yeah, truly. But then it's like, what's your home base? Like, if you want to like come home for Christmas and like see your family, I don't know. Do you like just stay with family? I guess probably.
Yeah, I would imagine you'd stay with somebody. But like, how does like the government like reach you by mail? Like, what all of that? Like, how do you vote? How do you like file your taxes? Like, how does all that happen?
Who knows? They're just living a vacation life until they die. I have no idea. I think that's wild.
I mean, as someone who hates routine, I couldn't do that.
You couldn't do that.
Because it would lock me into a routine that I didn't want.
That's true. I feel like after a while, you would get tired of the food because, you're going to have the same thing every, days or weeks or something. You would eventually get tired of the same old, no, I don't want ice cream. No, I don't want this particular salad. I feel like
Of course.
get old after a little while.
Especially what kind of dining plan you had, because it's like assigned seating. What if you fucking hate those people? You're going to hate them by the end of the 9 months. That is for sure. Maybe not 100%. The swingers. Swingers are living their best lives for 9 months, being like, yeah, putting their pineapple on their doors and stuff. They're like, this is going to be the best.
Totally. But even like on the boat, like I'm sure there's tons of activities, but still by month 4, you've done everything 20 times.
Yeah.
So if you have like a sea day, it's like, well, what are we gonna do? I don't know. I guess just go with your own. I think they all have like internet plans and everything too.
For sure. You're doing what you do in your own house, except you don't worry about the cleaning. So now you're just like reading a book, you're watching Netflix
in your small space.
Maybe you're starting a book club. Maybe you're starting a knitting club. Maybe starting like a coaching, like helping people make their vision boards for 2024.
Yeah. Helping people record their TikToks. Like, who knows?
Yeah. Helping people like grow their social media.
Exactly. Like, but like, that would be really cool though. Like, you truly see the world. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. The only thing I would be interested in is if they made like a reality show about it. Years and years and years and years ago, they had a real world where it was set in a cruise ship because it was a school on a cruise ship for a year. Yeah.
What?
Yep. I remember it. I don't remember. It was called, I don't want to say it wasn't called Lost at Sea, but it was called Real World something school yacht something at sea or whatever. And there was a guy on there and his name was Yes, Y-E-S. That's why I remember it, because his name was so strange. But they lived on a boat and went to school for a school term. So I guess 9 months. So it's been done before. Where are the video cameras?
Well, yeah. Well, I think this one would be more entertaining because now we're dealing with adults who have alcohol, who have like money, who have things. So I feel like it would be a lot more entertaining. So Royal Caribbean. The next 9-month cruise you do. Get some cameras in there and just start filming.
Yeah.
People would watch that.
And bring us on because I want to be a producer on the show.
I'm saying
to be in the melee. Like, I want to be all in it. I don't want to be on the camera. I just want to, like, first-hand accounts.
Totally. Oh, that's a good one.
Do the interviews. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
What if you're pregnant on the boat, though? What if you get pregnant on the boat?
If I'm not mistaken, someone has already gotten pregnant.
Yikes. Like, what if you were pregnant and you get on the boat and you don't know? So you could potentially be giving birth while you're on it, you know?
Yeah, and then, like, where would your baby be born? I guess whatever country you're docked at that day.
Yeah, well, or they must have some kind of thing where they have the right embassy papers associated with your citizenship because you're in international waters most of the time.
Yeah. Wild. Like, again, that would make a great reality show.
NBC, ABC, Real MTV, like, hit us up. Like, we have got so many ideas.
TLC.
TLC. 80. ABC. LGBT.
Oh, that's right. Okay, well, speaking of, like, kind of TV shows.
Oh, I was gonna speak about pregnancy first. Can I jump on that real quick?
Okay. Tell me about pregnancy. Let's go.
Well, I have 3 things around pregnancy. This is why I wanted to dominate. There's 2 people that are pregnant that I didn't know were pregnant. Number 1, I didn't know that Hilary Duff was pregnant.
Oh yeah, I knew that one. With her, like, what, 4th?
Yeah, with her 4th. I had no clue. And then Jenna Dewan from Jump Up fame, formerly married to Channing Channing Tatum. Yeah, she's pregnant with her 4th at 43.
No, 3rd.
Sorry. At 43 is more the most important part of this. I was like, where have I been? I haven't been on social media, obviously. I was like...
She just announced that one. Jenna just announced that one.
I was like, Cal surprise. Color me surprised.
And Hilary Duff, I think, announced it, like, in December.
Yeah, around Christmas, I think, or something.
Yeah.
But there's rumors that Selena Gomez is pregnant.
Oh my gosh. By what? Her boyfriend?
Well, I don't think
I would assume so.
Right. The alien. Yeah. It's like, she's pregnant with water. They're saying because at the Golden Globes or whatever the most recent award show is, I guess she kind of looked a little bit bloated, maybe. And I guess those rumors have been swirling for a while. So I was like, oh.
I don't know.
My prediction was that it was going to be Taylor, but they're besties. So maybe they're going to be pregnant together. I don't know.
I don't know. Selena has lupus. So there's lots of things around that. So I don't know if she can or if there's lots of... I don't know.
Well, yeah. I would say Toni Braxton, this R&B singer from the 90s, early 2000s, has lupus, and she has 2 kids.
Oh.
No, not comparing, but... I think there's probably other... Anyway, whatever it is, if she is pregnant, great. If she's not and she's enjoying her life, great. I was just surprised to hear that kind of a rumor. Because she just started dating this guy, Benny Blanco, I think his name is.
Yeah. Do you know what I love about Selena? I love that because she's on the show Murderers in the Building.
Mm-hmm.
And her co-stars are Martin Short and...
Steve Martin.
I was like, and I just love that they're like, I think they are actually friends in real life too. And I just love that like combination. Like it's so random, but it works. The 3 of them.
I mean, I love Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Right.
Martin Short, a fellow Canadian. Steve Martin, obviously not.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Short reminds me a lot of somebody that we used to work with. So when I see him, it's just like all I see is the person that we used to work with because it's kind of same height, same look, same kind of like frenetic energy.
Yeah.
I did find the last season of Only Murders very boring though. So if they don't...
You watched it?
Yeah, I binged it over Christmas.
Well,
Third
you can't top
season.
it's hard to top the first season because then you kind of know what's going to happen.
Yeah, the second one I'm like, well done. The third one I'm like, this is fuckery. Like, this is just a rigmarole. But yeah, the dynamic, love the concept, something completely new. Good for good for Selena.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though whenever I say her name, Selena, like Selena will always be the original Selena Quintanilla Perez. Like that's bum forever. So this one, she'll always be Selena Gomez.
Sorry. Well, speaking of Selena Gomez and a new TV show, it just got announced that her old show, Wizards of Waverly Place, is getting renewed.
With who?
I don't think you watched. Pardon?
Like renewed? Like it still went on even after she left?
No, sorry. I guess it's like coming back. Reboot it. Mm-hmm. She announced it on her IG a little while ago. So I guess they're in the process of filming. So I didn't really watch it. I think I watched it the odd time, but I wasn't like a fan. But that's good. Good for her. Look at her getting gigs here and there.
I would only know it through my nephews, and maybe they watched it a little bit. She could do like magic, right? She was like a witch or something.
Yeah, I think her. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
No. Well, you know what? That's a Raven had a reboot, so
totally.
Whatever works, like it worked back then, and obviously original ideas are no longer. So like, just reboot it. Give the people a check again.
Exactly. And like she's killing it. She's killing it at Murders in the Building. She's killing it. But she has a new boyfriend. Like she's like, I feel like this is her year. Like go Selena Gomez.
I'd almost say because it's like her year and she's coming into her own, don't go backwards and go back to Waverly Place though.
True. But maybe she had like, maybe it was like a really like happy time in her life and it was joyful and she wants to reconnect with those people again. Who knows?
Maybe, but all the bad things you hear now of Disney and Nickelodeon, like, I doubt it. Anyway, Selena Gomez, whatever makes you happy, girl. Honestly.
Yeah.
Whatever gives you
support you.
Yeah. From a distance.
Yeah, you go.
You want to talk about your TV? I was just going to say, speaking of Golden Globes as well, Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner were getting very cozy, wozy. At the award show. Like, did you see some of that footage?
Yeah. Well, there was like maybe like a whisper of like, I love you or something.
Yeah, I'm like, it's just wild. That whole couple situation is wild. How does Travis Scott feel about it? She has 2 babies with him. Like, how does Timothy feel about the fact that she's like a baby mama? It's just all of it. Question.
That she's like a billionaire.
Self-made. Yeah.
Well, yeah. She's a Nepo baby, and then it just kind of, goes from there. Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's a very interesting couple. How did they meet? Do we know? At a party?
Yeah, maybe at a party, at a concert. I actually don't know.
Interesting.
But, like, given the procedures that she's had, when you see them side by side, it looks awkward because she looks so much older than him.
Oh, are they the same age?
I think they're close in age.
Oh,
I don't know.
I also had 2 kids too, so
that ages your face. Like literally, before she even had kids, like she had an old face because of the fillers.
Oh,
is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Like I cannot tell how old people are. There's a guy on TikTok and Instagram, and I forget what his name is. His name is Jordan, but I don't think that's his handle. And he was just watching a video today where he's like, Gen Zers are aging faster than millennials. And he's like, I know The Rock one time wanted him to sign a picture, right? And then The Rock's like, yeah, and talking about like, here's for your kid. And, you know, things are different than when we were kids. And he's like, The Rock is 52 and I'm 26.
Yeah, like, I saw that one.
And I was like, he's 26?
Same. I thought he was my age, and I was like, oh, because I'm in my early 30s, and I was like, oh my God, he's not. Yeah, he's the TikToker that always does stitches, and then he always like is in his like bathroom mirror, and then he always says something like intelligent.
Yeah.
That's funny. I saw the exact same one today.
When you said bathroom mirror, there's another guy who does bathroom mirror stuff too. So I was like, wait, is that the other guy? But yeah. He's glasses. This one.
Yes, exactly. How do you feel about tippings? But let me get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Tipping at a restaurant, obviously. I'm not a bad person. But like tipping when you're like going to pick up your food, like you placed a delivery on your phone and then you're actually being a good citizen and going to pick it up. And then when you're paying, they're like tip. And I'm like, what? Or like when you're getting your coffee at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And you're paying and then it's like tip and you're like, what? So like, am I the asshole that I don't tip when that comes up?
I don't know. I would say a lot of people feel bad. Canadians always feel bad about stuff. I never feel bad. I don't tip. I don't tip the barista. Like I don't tip if I go pick something up. Like am I going to tip at Walmart now when I get a checkout? Like what are we doing here? Like
right. Exactly. And it's just like I understand everything is costing so much. So for you to make my coffee, like the ingredients, everything, like the prices have increased substantially. For you to make my food, I understand that. But for me to pay for this has increased as well. So like work with me. I like drove here to pick it up. Like, come on. I feel bad now that I'm not giving you a tip, but I'm not going to give you a tip. Sorry.
It's not incumbent on the customer to make the employee whole based on the wages that they're receiving. While I completely understand it, I would rather you just hide the fucking tip in the cost of the coffee. And then at the end of the month or whatever, divvy it up amongst the staff. But they know when they have those POS machines that they could shut those tipping option off, and they don't because they are, at least in Canada, hoping that people feel bad and tip because they don't want to be an asshole or look mean. Well, Krista stays mean, so that obviously does not bother me at all. Rather than just shut it off because it's like this should not be the expectation.
Yeah, it's just awkward because like I always click 0, and then like
zeros. Yeah,
yeah. Well, exactly. So it's like just give me my thing that I've already purchased, and then I want to leave because like I feel awkward now. I want to get out of this situation, and I'm so sorry.
I mean, if they are looking down at you because you don't tip, then they just shouldn't get your business anymore. But I would imagine most customer service people in those situations are not expecting a tip, so they're just moving on with their lives.
That's valid. It's just like it's crazy that the amount of times on the POS system it comes up as tipping 15%, 18%, 20%, and you're like, what the heck?
The numbers are insane.
Yeah.
Or it starts off at 18. It's just like, do you know how much tax I've already paid?
Exactly.
Again, and I'm not trying to be greedy, but I'm like, I'm helping your business keep going by buying products from you.
Exactly. Truly. Jeez, help me out of it.
Yeah, I'm not down with the tipping in that situation.
No.
I'm also like, I'm not averse to like not tipping someone who gives me like bad service in a restaurant either. Like there's come to be like an expectation that you can just barely do service and still expect a giant tip.
No,
I'm not high maintenance in a restaurant, but like, let's be real here.
I will tip you, yes, but maybe it won't be the full tip that I was planning when I sat down.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know what I love? Because this happened to me this week. I love when something unexpected happens and you are not planning for it and you did not realize it was going to happen, and it happens in the freezing cold and at the worst time possible.
Oh, I really thought this was going to sound positive, but no, it's not. Okay. I thought you were going to say something really good, but no, darkness. Let's go.
Darkness. So I have 2 kids. I'm on maternity leave with my youngest, and my husband was picking up our oldest from daycare. I was prepping dinner because I know when they come home, everyone's hungry and it's chaotic disaster. So I'm prepping dinner, getting everything ready. Then I got a call from my husband being like, my car won't start. I'm like, what? My car won't start. I'm pretty sure the battery is gone. And I'm like, okay. So it's just like in that moment, you have to like just forget everything that you were about to do, drop everything. I go in the freezing cold
and have to bundle the kids.
Yeah, I have to bundle the baby again, take him outside, pick up my older son, bring them both back. And now it's like, we're getting past dinner time. So now everyone's a little hangry at the moment.
Right.
Kids. And my husband's dealing with the car, and that's fine. And so it's just like, it just like turns into like a chaotic, stressful situation for like a few hours. But it's like, that's the joys of being an adult. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. And you just have to like pivot and figure it out. And it's like, I love being an adult. It is so fun.
Being an adult is just constant crisis management.
Truly. And then you have my oldest being like, where's daddy? What happened to the car? What did you mean the battery's dead? And then I have a baby who's hungry. And then he's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, I know you're hungry. I'm hungry too. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Where's daddy? Yeah, I don't know. Well, he'll come soon. You know, kids ask 1,000 questions. So
yes.
Why? Yeah. So don't recommend.
Well, I'm glad that you survived it. I'm sorry to hear that, but grateful I don't have children. So that's a positive side for me. Like, yeah.
But like, yeah, being an adult, like you said, is just like dealing with crisis and challenge after craziness nonstop.
Yeah.
And you're trying to be proactive and like prep dinner and start dinner. But then it's like, no, we're not doing that today.
It's constantly trying to be planful, but the reality is that life fucks your plans.
And it doesn't care. Yeah.
Universe is like, fuck your dinner. Fuck your asparagus, Sarah.
Exactly.
Speaking of adulthood and getting older, I don't know if it's like a new thing. It's new to me. We've talked about this in the resolutions episode, which will drop shortly, that we're trying to work on our skincare, right? Like just trying to like do more self-care and skincare. But there's a lot of talk and a phenomenon around 12-year-olds having these like 13, 14, 12-step like skincare programs and spending a ton of money at Sephora.
Yes, a ton.
Again, who's paying for this? The millennial parent, obviously.
Of course. And they probably got a lot of gift cards from their parents at Christmas.
Like, this shit is wild.
It's insane.
And I have questions and just like, one, why are the parents letting them do this? But two, like, isn't there like an age minimum of when people should be using certain products on their skin? Like, these things... these kids aren't using all vegan, all natural products, right? So something has to be said is like, should we be telling them to put these kind of chemicals on their face this early? Like, haven't barely touched puberty. Their skin is changing because of hormones and all that kind of stuff. Like, you have natural glass skin. You are oily as fuck. You're 12.
Yeah.
Get some product papers and call it a day.
Well, exactly. And like, why are you going to start the entire process? Because you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life. So like, you don't need to start now. You're good. I've seen some TikToks of like millennial moms going into like their daughter's room and being like, she has better stuff than I do, so I'm going to use it. And it's like, so your daughter, who's whatever, has better skincare and makeup than you do. Like, what?
Like, there's nothing wrong with having a skincare routine, right? But like, let's keep it budget realistic.
Yeah.
So you're 12. So like, your product should be CoverGirl and St. Ives and Garnier and all of those type of things. Like, it shouldn't be fucking Estee Lauder and Clarins and all of that. Like, none of that.
Yeah, honestly. You could probably just get it at Walmart.
Yeah, I will say that my sister's oldest has a skincare routine. He's
Good
9.
for him.
He's almost 19 though, but he wanted clear skin. He has a whole process. His skin is clear, but he's not going to Sephora to do it.
Right, exactly. But good for him, because I feel like a lot of guys should like have some sort of skincare routine.
Yeah, his skincare is better than mine. Yeah, good for him. He should have a TikTok about it. About men.
He should. He should. Wow. Anything else that's happened this week? I think that's everything on my end.
I got a couple more interesting things that I wanted to kind of touch on. We don't have to touch on everything, but since we're talking about like skin care and taking care of the skin, I don't know if you heard about the whole uproar around Kim Kardashian. She did like a recent tour of her office. I didn't see the video yet, and she showed that she had like a tanning bed.
No, I don't know. Okay, she had a tanning bed in her office.
Yeah, like the tanning bed in the office isn't the thing for me. Like the tanning bed could be at home, it could be in the middle of the road, but it's 2024. Why is there a tanning bed at all?
Right.
From what I see, she's constantly pale, so she's not in the sun. So what is a tanning bed exactly for? We are in the age and stage of spray tans. What, why is she using it as an oven? Like, I don't get that at all.
That's like, did she talk about it, or she just kind of briefly went by it?
I didn't get to see the full video. It's just her kind of like climbing at it, and she's like, yeah, I have a tanning bed in the office, and I also have a red light bed. And then she jumps from like the tanning bed into the red light bed, and people are kind of just saying this is irresponsible. People, skin cancer. Chloe just got her whole like cheek taken out for skin cancer. Like, it seems very tone deaf. And it's just like, but it's 20, like, yes, all of those things, but like, you might as well have told me you have a water bed in your office, because I don't understand in 2024 why the tanning bed would still exist.
That's bizarre, but like, it's not healthy for you either.
It just seems very dated. And yes.
And there's other methods. There's other methods. Yeah. Like, bizarre. I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm just looking at my list here. I have like 2 or 3 more things, but you did want to talk about TV shows, and we kind of derailed from that.
We talked about it.
Oh, we talked about it?
There's a wait for the place. Yeah.
Okay. Going back to the social media, it's not really a big deal. We don't have to spend a lot of time talking about it, but people are saying that I follow Britney Spears, and she did like a weird video recently where she's like dancing in a red dress and like flipping everybody the bird and stuff, but she sent her IG to private like right afterwards. I don't know why. I don't know if it's true, because I already followed her. It doesn't, I can still see her stuff, but something is not okay with Britney. And I've been saying that for a long time. I'm glad that she's free and that she can do what she wants to do, but
she is private. Oh my God.
Oh, I can't see. Is that not strange? Yep, she's private.
That is weird. Okay, I'm gonna follow her and then see what happens.
Ooh, yeah. So let us know. Let me know next week if she does. So obviously, there's certain people she doesn't want to look at her IG, so she wants to be able to filter the requests. But, yeah, maybe she talked to people.
Yeah, maybe she was flipping off the bird to someone in particular.
Yeah, because her captions don't ever make sense either. So I'm just like, I stopped watching the videos when she did the little dance with the knives. So I kind of just like pulled back. I'm like,
oh my God.
Which were props, by the way. She confirmed those were prop knives, but she didn't say that until the police came to do like a wellness check, and then she clarified. Anyhow, still talking about social media, there is a TikToker / Instagrammer called Corporate Erin, who's been doing a lot of videos and getting a lot of fanfare and popularity because she has mastered what people are now calling like the corporate accent.
Yeah.
What a lot of people in kind of my age group would probably just call code switching, where you just switch to the professional version of yourself in the office and then you go back to being like yourself or a thug or whatever is clever once you leave the building. And she wears like her cardigan and she has her hair all like crazy. And she's like, thank you for joining the call today, guys. Yeah, so my name is Erin. I'm the managerial manager of the managerial logistics management. And I want to thank you for taking the time to like join us. You know, it's an important time of year as we kind of reset and recharge to like focus on our goals. You know, it's mission critical. We want to tackle the low-hanging fruit. You know, we've all circled back now after we've had some time to reflect.
That's hilarious.
That's like a thing. And it's like, that is exactly how a lot of people in the office talk. Exactly like that. So if anybody wants to get a good laugh, obviously follow her page.
Hilarious. Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna leave with two. I had three things, but one is too morbid, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Two more things.
Okay.
Jason Momoa is officially divorced. So all those ladies out there that are hoping for their chance, it's official. The hotness is fully available. I don't know if you're
single and ready to mingle.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably been mingling. He probably has a girlfriend low key, but you know, he's not married. So if he's not married, he's single.
Yeah.
And the last one that I'll end with is a good one because we've talked about this in a previous episode. I forget what episode it was, but we talked a lot about Abercrombie and Fitch growing up and the allure of the store and that whole situation. Yeah, well, apparently they have redesigned all of their clothing.
What?
And their store set up. It's not dark and full of scented cologne. They have changed their whole style to match what millennials want and cater to the millennials that would have shopped there, obviously 20 years ago or whatever it was. And now they're making money now because they've done that pivot.
That's hilarious.
Right?
Do we even still have any stores open in Canada?
I have no idea. It's been a long time since I've taken a walk into the Eaton Center to know if or still the last time I was in Eaton Center, it still existed, I'm pretty sure.
You might be right, but definitely fewer stores than back in the day. That's so interesting.
Like
I wonder if I wonder if their prices are the same. Because they used to be so expensive.
Well, maybe now they'll seem reasonable because what was now a t-shirt is now maybe like a sweater or a shirt.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, you're all caught up. You're caught up with me for this week.
I love it. Thanks so much. This has been a great first, segment of news and views.
Well, I think we always talk about these things anyway. So just like, let's just get on the mic and share it with everybody else.
Totally.
So
I love it.
Everybody will get us unfiltered every week. No, no filters, no editing, raw. I'm gonna wear the same thing next week. I'll be in my pajamas. I didn't wash off my makeup for the purposes of this, but I definitely didn't do my hair. This is what it is.
Love it. Au naturel, where we just talk about stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, girl. I'm going to jump out.
Well, me too.
I'll see you next week.
Bye.